former undisputed heavyweight world champion and boxing legend Lennox Lewis has been talking to the press this week about the state of world heavyweight boxing. He's been talking about several fighters, but in this instance, he was giving his opinions on the current IBF heavyweight world champion and fellow Olympic gold medalist and British citizen Anthony Joshua. And in his opinion, Joshua can go on to become the undisputed heavyweight world champion, something which Lennox himself actually achieved. Now, to me, it's interesting looking at the difference between the way Lewis has been talking about Joshua and the way he's been talking about Deontay Wilder. I don't know if there's some type of patriotism going on there. Perhaps, maybe not at all. But he seems to be far more hopeful about the future of Anthony Joshua, even the immediate future, than he is of Deontay Wilder. He was at Wilder's last fight against Spilka, and I think it's fair to say Lewis wasn't very impressed. Even Mike Tyson, who was in attendance at the fight with Lewis, they were there together. Tyson wasn't impressed either. Both Tyson and Lewis were two guys, particularly Lewis, who was very, very experienced. I mean, Tyson obviously was very experienced as a pro. As an amateur, Tyson only had about 40-something fights, I believe. The number of fights vary wildly, which you can research for Mike Tyson. But from the most reliable sources I've seen, Tyson actually had about 40-something amateur fights. So not that many. Lewis had nearly 100 amateur fights, so he had a lot more. Either way, these are both guys who are sticklers for technique in boxing. Lewis went to 2 Olympics. He went to the Commonwealth Games. He went to the World Championships as an amateur. So when you've got that type of amateur experience, you're going to be very good technically. And Lewis was. When he turned professional, he was initially trained by John Davenport, who was a good technical coach. Then he was with Pepe Correa, who ain't really that good technically. Then he was with Manny Stewart, who, as we know, is one of the greatest trainers to ever live. So with all that experience that Lewis had, to him, technical flaws are going to stand out a mile. And he obviously saw a lot of technical flaws in Wilder, as did Mike Tyson. Perhaps that's why they see Joshua or why Lewis sees Joshua as a more promising, I don't want to call him a prospect, but a more promising talent than Deontay Wilder at this stage. And Joshua may go on to prove himself to be a better fighter than Wilder. We'll have to wait and see. But even somebody as experienced and as savvy and as knowledgeable as Lennox Lewis, even someone like that can get things wrong. Many people, if not most of us, picked Vladimir Klitschko to beat Tyson Fury. Lennox Lewis picked Vladimir Klitschko to beat Tyson Fury as well. He got that wrong. I have always had the feeling that Deontay Wilder is better than most people give him credit for. I've always felt that he is going to lose, but I've always felt that all the current crop of heavyweights are going to lose. I don't see anybody who is head and shoulders above the rest of the pack. I see this as an era where we're going to see the heavyweight championship swap hands quite frequently, and I think we're going to see some classic fights that in time are going to go down as some of the greatest fights in heavyweight history. I believe that's yet to come. I believe it will be kind of like the 70s or the 90s in heavyweight boxing, where it's just classic fight after classic fight, war after war, titles swapping hands and drama, guys you thought were finished coming back and beating seemingly on, insurmountable odds and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm expecting from this current crop of heavyweights. And I think Wilder has got a few surprises up his sleeve, because this is a guy who lives the life as unorthodox as he is, and he is unorthodox. Even his own trainer, Mark Breland, I've seen several interviews of his in the lead up to this Chris Arreola fight. Even he's been saying Deontay is very awkward. And he wasn't necessarily saying it in a strictly complimentary way. He was just saying it in a flat out honest way. He said he's very awkward. His footwork is awkward. The way he moves is awkward, but it works for him. This is what Mark Breland was saying. And he said, if it looks awkward to me when I'm taking Deontay on the mitts, I know it looks awkward to his opponents, and it throws them off. So Wilder does things that are not textbook. He moves in ways that are ungainly at times and awkward, yes. But I've always felt he's got an energy about him as a fighter, a ferocity, which maybe don't show up in statistics. They maybe don't show up in, the Keys to Victory by Al Bernstein. But that's something I see in Wilder. He's got the true viciousness and ferocity of, a real knockout puncher. And he wants it. So as much as I agree with Lewis, I think Joshua does have the potential to become the undisputed heavyweight champion. He may go on to do it. I think even he's sleeping on Deontay Wilder a little bit now. Watch Wilder get knocked out by Chris Arreola now, who's coming into the fight on short notice and out of shape. That might happen. I mean, Lennox Lewis got knocked out by Oliver McCall, although McCall was in shape. Very few people expected it. So think crazy stuff can happen. But I still think Wilder's got some tricks up his sleeve, and he's going to prove some people wrong and cause a few upsets and a few stirs before it's all said and done. So, yeah. Joshua may prove to be the real deal, but don't sleep on Wilder. That's the way I look at this anyway. So, drop your comments in the comment section below, people. Let me know how you feel about everything I talked about in this video. Hopefully, I've given you some food for thought. All right? It's your boy Hatman. I'm out.